thank you for the amazing opportunity to work with many of you and even speak this year twice at the OMA conference. What I've done here is I've taken the PowerPoint presentation I made. I'm going to try and trim it down, give it back to you guys so you can go through it at your leisure. Look at the screens as you want. I'm going to do my best to cover as much that we covered in the workshops. If you're there, great. There's probably a bunch of stuff in here that you're going to want to see again. If you didn't make it, hope you really enjoyed this because we had a lot of good feedback from this talk. So when it comes to connecting, really the key to any marketing, branding, sales is really about connecting with your audience. So one of the OMA partners asked me a great question. He said, Mike, what defines the audience? Well, I'll tell you what. I always tell people, pick that person that you're willing to go on a Saturday and go see their kid's game and actually enjoy it. Go take them to play golf and look forward to it. Go to a concert and enjoy it with them. Or when you show up on the job site, man, you just feel really appreciated. And also, on the other side, it's the client that allows you to make money. They realize that you're not in a race to the bottom. They appreciate you're not there because they know those guys are regularly going out of business. So what you want to do is picture that face of that person or the way that person makes you feel and create all of your content specifically for him or her. When you're going, man, what am I going to create? And you go, what would they like? What's something I can create for them? Whether it be a piece on workplace strategy or just a nice message. We'll get into that here in a little bit. I don't want to go too deep into that yet. But I do want to tell you really quickly about one of my clients. I consult with a commercial lighting company here in Atlanta. And they've got a bunch of salespeople. And this is one of them. And he was a former golf pro. And the guy was like just classic Mr. Nice Guy. Always met quota. But we got to a point where he was comfortable making quotes. And I said to him, John, what do you think about doing a golf tip? What do you think about that? And actually, if you look at this screen right here, this was a day after making one of his posts. He did a 45-second golf tip. And then he went on to say, hey guys, if you ever find yourself in a tough spot like this, reach out to me. I'll be more than glad to help you with my lighting project. So it's pretty cool what he's able to do. 1,265 views if you can't read it. So 6 comments, and it's just gone through the roof. He's doing one of these every single week. Very powerful, very connecting. He's appreciated. People reaching out to him, trying to hire him. Guys are crushing it. So sales are going through the roof. Very, very, very effective. And again, who is content marketing for? Who is content creation for? And again, we're not talking just about video. We're talking about anything that we create to connect with our audience. So anybody that wants to connect with your audience and people that are looking for more incoming leads and demand probably represents a high percentage of the people that are watching this webinar right now. If you're smart enough to watch this webinar, you're probably passionate about evolving as a sales leader. So a little bit about me. If you didn't already see, I really scanned over this super quickly when we were at the conference. But really, the only thing that probably matters to you is that I deal with a lot of really nice-sized companies. The average is about 67 million. I have many 9-figure companies that consider me their outsourced CMO. Average company growth, yes, the economy's been good. But I'd like to think that, our concepts have a little piece of that. Also very passionate about my family. The most important thing that you'll see in here really is the fact that I'm a member of a 25K mastermind. I put that on my personal side because, gosh, I just love the personal development I get from that. We all meet. There's about 40 of us in this group, and we all meet twice a year, and we share best practices. It's extremely powerful. It helps me think very, just kind of cutting edge. I'm almost 50. So the concept of thinking in a cutting edge way and bringing that back to my customers is pretty powerful. So why content marketing? Really see the big guys screwing up, right? I've sold Hayworth, I've sold Miller, I've sold GE, I've sold these big lines, and they just want to keep telling you how great their product is. And I did a little test to see who even knew what these names were, these lines. And if you go across, it's Miller, Steelcase, Knoll, that's a Hayworth Sodi, and there's a Global G20, all great products. Actually, that Womb's one of my favorite chairs ever made. So Very, very, very cool stuff. So, but they're not really in touch. Like, look at the Steelcase. This is a landing page for Steelcase. Fantastic. But there should be something here that says how to utilize spaces like this to recruit great talent. How to utilize great spaces like this to increase collaboration in your space. Or how about Sudeth? I mean, these guys really trusted for 100 years. Fantastic. But again, what's in it for me? How does this help me look good to my boss? How do I develop my career? Again, Miller, beautiful chairs. Tell us a little something about how to make our office space better because the chairs are nicer. If I'm going to spend $2,800 on a chair, can you tell me something about it? Can you tell me something about how, what does it do? What does it do to help me recruit people? What makes these great for our meeting spaces? Coleman, let's get you a free quote. Y'all see that? Let's get you a free quote. Love it, but that's like walking up to someone at a bar and going, let's get you a kiss. Sure would like to know something about you a little bit first, You look nice, but that's a little creepy. So what we're finding in this world is make sure you're giving content, and say, hey, let's schedule a free consultation. How to communicate with ID customer while earning solid margins. This is all worthless if all we're going to do is just be a race to the bottom. So that's not what I'm about. That's not what my customers are about. We're all about living in commoditized worlds, but bringing a higher level of value. So what we're trying to do is really get our audience, which may be our existing customers and potentially new customers, how do we get them to a point where they're applying to become our customers, right? Our existing customers are lined up because they're going, gosh, we just love the service you bring us. We can't wait to use you on the next job. And other people are going, man, how do I get that level of service on my projects? So again, I discovered the hard way. Done a lot of this. I've built a lot of websites for customers. I've built a lot of sites for my companies. And I'd probably tell you most of them are wrong. I'd say that before I really studied the hero's journey and really understood what made storytelling great and what made really how to be empathetic and present a real key value to our audience, until I learned that, I think I told a lot of the story wrong. But I believe that this is really where we're going. What we've done in the past, and probably you've done and I've done, associations, we do a lot of redundancy in this one. But, business development staff without a vision, comfort zone selling, impulse leadership, multi-directional messaging. When you've got one person saying, man, we've got the best price, another person saying, we've got the best service, another person saying, man, our guarantee, man, wouldn't it be great if what you put out on social media and what you put on your email taglines and what you put in your emails and what you said at trade shows and what you said at sales meeting, wouldn't that be amazing if you had a consistent message? Sure smells good to me. Let's go through some key stats. So what's happening is marketers are planning on using content. Content is the key to creating a backlog or a great lead database for you. But don't feel bad. 63% don't have a documented content strategy. And that includes a lot of software companies and very, very, very progressive companies run by millennials that probably think about content earlier. So 37% have it, 63% don't. I'd probably say 99% of the people in the service industry don't have a content strategy. But look at this, guys. You're not alone. 65%. It's a challenge to produce engaging content. 62. What's the ROI? 60%. It's hard to do it consistently. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay. We're going to go over a couple things to try to decrease the stress on this. So here, walk through this with me. It does increase engagement. It does increase leads. Go through this page on your time. If you want to freeze this, you can. I talk a lot about podcasting to many of my customers. As a matter of fact, I've got someone on my staff that's dedicated just to setting up podcast appointments for a lot of our customers, because I believe that getting the leadership of your company, or even anyone in your company, on podcast is some of the best content you can create. The average podcast listener makes over $250,000. So if they're not a decision maker right now, they know someone that is. So if you can get on a podcast that is in business, that is in workspace, that is work for, understanding that their audiences are important, and it absolutely establishes you as a thought leader, get on there. Guys, video increases leads by 66%. It absolutely does. Video is so powerful. And I'm going to show you guys a couple tips and tricks here in a second on how to do video. But still, email. 40-to-1 ROI. Guys, make sure you have a very clear. The reason I have this here, the reason why it sits right here is because I want you to create content to put in your email to engage your ideal customer. Okay, so we're embedding a lot of these videos into email, and by doing that, I can't imagine just do it. I'm telling you, you'll absolutely crush it. Read this bottom one. 90% of customers say videos help them make buying decisions, right? You be the author of the video that helps them make that decision. You know, when people are going online, they're looking for 3 or 4 pieces of content before reaching out to salespeople. All right, so what are the 3 or 4 pieces of content your ideal audience is looking for, and what are they finding before they reach your salespeople? So think about that, go deep, and make sure that the video they're finding is the message you want to deliver. And if it's not out there, that's okay, because most people don't have it out there yet either. So get that content out there. You get to tell the story, and hopefully it's a good one. And reach out to me if you need some help on that. All right, here are the 3 secrets to producing engaging content. These are 3, guys, I could have said 500 secrets, but these are the 3 I really like right now. Ask me 6 months from now, it's probably going to evolve, but right now, the end of 2019, create video. I'm going to teach you guys 4 ways to do it here in a second. Have a content media strategy, and don't forget all the other things. Okay, so we're going to go here. 4 ways to record and deliver awesome videos. So these are the 4 types of videos that I really, really, really like for this group right here. Okay, so personal videos. How to create a personal video. So again, it's not terribly difficult. Grab my handy dandy phone here. I'm going to put it on the camera. Okay, so I put it on camera. I put it on video. I am going to go on video. I'm going to turn this around, right? And I'm going to say, hey, Oma, I love working with you guys. You're absolutely full of a bunch of rock stars. Can't wait to go to the next regional meeting. Can't wait to engage a bunch of you guys. Thank you so much for reaching out about workshops. And I look forward to continuing to bring you value to you and the team. Thanks. All right. Very simple. Right, we're gonna go to it, guys, and play. Hey, Oma, I love working with you guys. You're absolutely full of a bunch of rock stars. Can't wait to go to the regional meeting. Can't wait to hit pause. There's a little button down here in the bottom left. I can forward it to anybody I want, send it on, and personal connection, right? Another idea would be, hey guys, send it to a very specific person that you have a proposal out to that hasn't responded. Hey, Bob, I know life really is busy. I know it gets past us real quick. Hey, the proposal I sent to you last week, I'd love to get a minute, love a little feedback. Maybe if you need to go deeper on it, hey, let's get together and talk about it. Hopefully early next week we can do it. My Monday looks pretty good. Let me know if that works for you. Look forward to catching up. Send. 20 seconds, 25 seconds or less. You can text it to them. It's going to show up in their text. They're going to get it. And it is nearly a 100% response rate. It's pretty powerful. Educational tour. Educational and tour videos go into, teaching your customers what process y'all use to pack your trucks. What process do you do for wall protection, floor protection? what do you do? Like, what do you really do when you sequence an install? Guys, that stuff's kind of cool. You know, that's powerful to a lot of your customers, that if you're looking at a very commoditized install that, you know, CV or JLL or Cushman, they're kind of running some interference and they're trying to just take all the personality and the sort of the past wisdom out of a bid process. Get that stuff out there. Get that out there. Let them know when they're looking up about you and they go, hey, these guys look pretty good. Yeah, they might be 5% high. But gosh, their wall protection is sweet. And man, oh day, their systems are really good. In general, they regularly get jobs done, you know, 4 to 5 days faster. If you're able to get that story to your customer, gosh, do it. Events, OMA conference, IFMA conference, movie conferences, going to local CoreNet conferences, whatever it is, networking, education, whatever it may be, have you and your team make sure that you're doing lots of videos at those events, because that's important to your customer too. They want to know that you're investing into the team and into yourself to stay connected with the community, understand what's going on. Again, you're establishing yourself, you're consistently as a thought leader. Product's pretty cool. I like this one because it doesn't necessarily have to do just with your product. If you see a cool chair or a cool table or a cool cafe or an entryway or a, you know, obviously, you know, get approval from your customer, but like if you're seeing something neat out there that you like, take a quick video, right? It doesn't have to be necessarily just yours. And when we talk about what we're going to go into next, think about these educational event and product tours when it comes to your content media strategy. All right. So when we do our content media strategy, go grab a calendar or a whiteboard or whatever it may be and map out, I'd say at least 6 months, right? If you're going to do it, start November 1 and go all the way to the end of April. That's 6 months, right? So lay out 6 months. And what I want you to do on the calendar is fill it out. So let's just say every Monday you're going to send out a educational video. And every Thursday you're going to send out one of the other types of videos. And Tuesdays you're going to send out a cool article about workplace strategy or logistics or anything that is valuable to your audience when it comes to being a real estate manager, facilities, or whoever your ideal customer is. And then Fridays, it might be something inspirational or a customer testimonial or a shout out specifically about an employee. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do, but have a plan to video, to content, right? Have that plan laid out. And the reason I say laid out for 6 months, because the last step is follow it. Follow it. Because what's going to happen, and I promise you, if you are empathetic to the needs of your customer, if you really go deep and go, man, I'm going to create content that's super important to my customer, and you send it out, and you're putting this out, you're putting it in your email strategy, you're putting it in your drip campaigns, you're putting it on social, you're putting links to your YouTube channel on the end of your emails for your whole team, you're going to get busy. You're going to get very, very busy, okay? If you don't have a plan that you're going to follow, you're going to get very, very busy, and then you're not going to be busy. You're going to get slammed up. That's what's going to happen, and then you're going to get stuck in your jobs, and then you are going to stop. You're going to stop doing your marketing. Your lead, your pipeline is going to dry up. Don't let it happen. All right, so we're going to touch on a couple of these. Email, like we said, is not dead. Drip campaigns, insanely powerful. Create this great content. Get customer testimonials. Get great educational pieces. Because when you do a drip campaign, after you should have it in your CRM that says, hey, 3 days after discovery, I'm going in and I'm going to send them a customer testimonial. 8 days in, I'm going to show them a video of a recent install. 14 days in, I'm going to show them a white paper on how we do our installs and what we were able to save a client as far as time and so forth. And then 20 days in, this is how you schedule an appointment with us. And this is what it looks like on the next steps of doing business with us. Guys, very, very, very powerful when it comes to drip campaigns. YouTube, like I said, get a YouTube channel. It's so funny. Go to YouTube and watch a video on how to have a YouTube channel. It's going to take you about 5 minutes. You're going to have a YouTube channel. LinkedIn, I've got tons of videos on Swag Academy on how to do LinkedIn. I'm going to give you guys free access here in a second. Sales formula. Remember this, okay? So goodwill is what we're talking about. Create great content that's important to your audience. Make offers in there and say something like, hey, I hope you enjoyed this video of this cafe. Man, I love doing spaces like this. If you have a space like this coming up, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about it. Hey, we love talking about furniture. If you want to get together and talk about furniture, I'd be glad to do it. Let's go catch up, right? So if you think about offers, hey, this is our system. This is the way we walk our clients through our system. If you would like to apply this system to your next project, please reach out to me. Now, the reason, see what I taught you, we got great ways to provide goodwill, very tasteful ways to make an offer, times frequency. That's why your content plan is so important, because when you do it, the byproduct is going to be revenue, right? I can't guarantee it because I think the SEC or somebody will sue me. I can't quite guarantee it. I tell you what, guys, if you are continually putting out legit value for your audience, combine it with tasteful offers. Be a jerk about it. Be really tasteful about your offers. And you're frequently doing it. You're doing it enough, the byproduct is revenue. All right, who does it work for? Guys, it works for you, right? I've got customers in all of these and many other different verticals. There's not a vertical that creating important content to your ideal audience doesn't pay back, and it just does, guys, right? So don't think about this. Look, a lot of myths about it. Takes too much time. No, it doesn't. I'm asking you to do it on your phone. I am not asking you to hire a videography crew. No ROI. There's nothing I've talked about so far today that costs you a penny. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Everything that we've talked about. Gimmicky, okay. It might feel gimmicky, but it's not, guys. It's creating and giving value to your audience. The fad won't last. I think they said the same thing about the Hulu. Or at least they said the same thing about color TV. So anyway, we'll be all right. All right. Used to have to do a lot of these things, right? This was kind of the only way we could get in front of our customer. This is the only way we could even attempt to bring value. A lot of these are still pretty powerful. I like a lot of these things. I think postcard and direct mail in very small groups can be pretty effective. But as of now, we have ways to reach, tens to hundreds to millions of people through great content. So there is a new way, a better way, right? It used to be really, really hard. Recap, create video, have a media strategy, and don't forget to follow the time-tested ways of doing it, okay? So reach out to me. I'm totally available for a quick call. If you need me and you're like, hey, Mike, how do I do this? What did you say this? How do I set up a YouTube channel? Odds are I'm just going to send you a link. I'm not going to do it for you, but odds are I can help you out a lot. Emails, shoot me an email. I'm going to give you my email here in a second. Connect with me on LinkedIn. I've had at least a dozen OMA partners reach out to me through Messenger on LinkedIn. Quick questions. I'm glad to help. I love this stuff. I love helping companies, guys. So if you need anything, reach out. On the right, little investment on your part. I do workshops. I have an online academy, which I'm giving you guys free for a month. And then I do personal coaching, generally in the Southeast, but that's where most of my coaching happens. So let's go on. Guys, reach out. Here you go. Take a screenshot, freeze. This swagacademy.com/OMA is, I normally only do a 7-day free trial, but for all the OMA partners, I'm doing a 30-day free trial. Check it out. I hope you find some value in there. It's absolutely no cost. There's tons of good stuff in there. There's about, I think you guys will have access to 10 key videos. There's a bunch more coming on here in the end of October. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. Very important for you to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Here's my company consulting website and then my email. Feel free to reach out to me via email anytime you want, and I'll be more than glad to help you. Again, y'all were absolutely a lot of fun to work with. I find it really gratifying working with the OMA team. Amazing leadership and really just a great group of people. Thank you for letting me be a part of it, and let me know if I can help in the future.